Hey guys, welcome back. This is Fahd Dawood. I talk about on my channel Dubai real estate, financial freedom, sometimes life advice. Look, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon if you haven't. Hit me up with any kind of question on real estate. Generally in the comment section, I'll come back to you either on YouTube. You can also send me a WhatsApp message. I'll generally either respond to you on WhatsApp itself or on my YouTube channel. I sometimes put across many questions together and then I answer them, or you can have the opportunity to work one-on-one with me. I want to answer one question that came across from one of my viewers from the UK, and he's looking to purchase about 10 to 15 studios in Dubai for rental income. They should be ready, etc., etc. And I thought, you know what, this would be amazing to actually put it out there for others to also learn about some of the things that I think would work out for you if you're looking for good rental income in Dubai, because Dubai is still a good place to invest, to get rental return 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10% in some cases. I'm going to talk about 6 different points that you would want to keep in mind as you go into the market looking for good deals, okay? Now, there could be 10 points that I could come up with. When you go through the actual process, there's a lot of other things that you also need to look at, but these are just 6 points that I came up with quickly that you might want to as a starting point, right? But if we were working together, I'd go into much more detail, understanding your investment values and vision so that I can align a good portfolio that meets your vision and helps you out the best. But these are 6 that will probably help you. Number 1, there are a few areas that, in my personal opinion, you should avoid. Now, let's not talk about the areas which you should definitely avoid, which are underdeveloped perhaps in Dubai, or development's going to reach there in about 5 to 6 years. We know in Dubai, no area is left an orphan. So Dubai is kind of master planned by the Dubai municipality, and then you've got the RTA and then the government as a whole. So they don't kind of leave any place as an orphan. Development kind of reaches everywhere, but then you know what? Don't expose yourself to massive risk in areas where, you know, it's going to take about 3 to 4 years for a lot of massive services to come. But let's look at one area that a lot of people might consider if they've got the cash, but I personally think that you should avoid. I personally think that you should avoid the prime locations such as downtown Dubai Marina and Jumeirah Lake Towers. Now, there's nothing wrong with these locations. I just personally feel that when you're looking at investments and when you're looking to make money in real estate, the actual money is made at the time that you purchase the asset. And these locations, because all of the development, the metro connections, all of that is already so in place that there's a heavy premium built into the price. Even today, as the market's bottoming out, even today, there's a heavy premium built into the price when you're looking to pick up a deal. Now, that's not to say that there aren't deals available, but just keep an eye that when these deals come available, there's a ton of investors who are chasing these deals with cash, with agents who are chasing these deals. So I would rather not play in a red ocean, right? I'd rather play in a blue ocean where I can take my time and choose the kind of deal that's going to be pleasing to me. Now, that said, prime locations protect you in terms of capital depreciation, so the prices don't fall too fast and you could always find a buyer. But if you're looking to purchase deals, these locations are not the places. Now, yes, you can mitigate your risks by looking for distressed deals in these areas, and the other thing is perhaps look for higher return by putting those apartments on Airbnb, because, you know, let's face it, if you're investing downtown, Dubai Mall and other central areas of Dubai so close, people would want to live in these places and Airbnb would be very popular. However, you have to consider that when you put the apartments on Airbnb and you're not based in Dubai, you're going to have a property management company or an Airbnb specialist run it for you. Now, because there's such a large overturn of tenants coming in and out, or guests coming in and out, most of these companies charge you anywhere between 15 to 20 to 25%. So that eats into your profits. Gotta keep that in mind. So if you want to do that, that's fine. There's 2 areas that I want to talk about that might be worth considering in terms of investments, right? One of them, so this point number 2, is Discovery Gardens, okay? That Discovery Gardens hasn't had a metro station, but it's getting one it's a large community, a lot of studios, a lot of 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms as well, but it never had a metro station. But it's very popular with people who live there and work in areas which have high disposable incomes, right? So generally speaking, workers who work in the Jebel Ali Free Zone, the internet cities, media cities, knowledge village, these areas have higher disposable incomes because a lot of multinational corporations work in those areas. So Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, etc., etc. So they generally pay their employees well, right? So because they work there, they need to live close by. Discovery Gardens is one such option. So you already have a large tenant base, but not just that, a metro station is coming over there. I personally think you're already too late if you're going to make a decision based on the metro station, because all the owners there already know about the metro station, and they've either taken their properties off the market, so they're waiting for some appreciation to come back into the property to sell, or they're being rigid on prices. But that's not to say you can't find some distressed deals there. Another location that I would obviously, I've just been there last week, 2 weeks ago. This location is called Rim Ram. Look, I'm not selling any studios there, but I was looking to invest. I was looking for a friend of mine. This place is an absolute community. So very family friendly. It's built and run by Dubai Properties, which is one of the massive government developers in Dubai. And the thing is, because they're so massive and they know what they're doing, they kind of like taken this community in the last 7 years. It was handed over in 2013, and in the last 7 years, they've really taken it into such a nice community place with nice community parks, barbecue areas, swimming pools, coffee shops, community center, nice place to shop. It's just an overall nice place to be with low rises. And studios over here, the last one really, one of my friends bought it at a steal, right? Now, you have to be a little bit careful. This is one area where the studios don't have balconies. Now, I generally advise my investors not to buy apartments without balconies. But if you're really trying to squeeze your capital investment, this is an area that offers great studios. There aren't a lot at very good pricing between the 250 to 270,000 dirham range. And I think that if you're really looking to pick up a deal, this is one place you could. If you definitely want a balcony, then you could go to Sport City. The thing is, in Sport City, if you're looking at purchasing a deal, you're going to have to look at buildings which are old and they're not part of a community. But at least you'll get a balcony, so you can always perhaps get the extra balcony, so you're happier that when you're reselling the apartment, perhaps you can get your price quicker. But I prefer Rim Ram over Sport City at this moment in time, until and unless you're gonna get an absolute steal. Number 4, okay, so point number 2 was Discovery Gardens, 3 was Rim Ram. Number 4, look, there are some developers, I'll name them, that had launched amazing projects over the last 3 to 4 years, and they had amazing post-handover payment plans. So on a studio, 1 bedroom, you're looking at paying 3,000 to 4,000, 6,000 per month over a period of 3 years after you take the keys. Now, rents in Dubai is no secret. They've fallen, right? They've considerably fallen, and they're going to stay at this level for the next 2 years, in my opinion, before people from Sharjah, Ajman start moving to Dubai, soaking up the excess inventory, and then again, we in a demand-supply situation, more demand, less supply, and price starts moving up. But what's happened is, at this current point in time, as these developers start handing over the units, the people who bought them thinking that the rent would easily cover the monthly payments are now considering selling them, right? Because the rent doesn't cover the payment. Maybe they have to put in 1,000, 2,000 from their own pocket. If they go to the bank to get money, the EMI, the monthly payments to the bank are higher than the rent that they can collect. So this is an opportunity for you to swoop in there, be a white knight in shining armor, and perhaps pick up a deal, okay? These are good developers who've ended up delivering good products, good end user apartments. Maybe you can pick up a deal from one of the people. The sellers will lose some money, so be it. That's the case, right? You put it in, you invest, you weren't sure where you were investing, you speculated, somebody else is going to come and help you, but the profits, the wins are going to get shared, okay? So this is something that you want to look at. Fifth point now, look for distressed deals, but also look for bulk sales, right? So when you're looking to purchase, it's very critical when you're coming into Dubai. If you're looking to acquire 10 to 15 studios and you go through the entire process. So for instance, if you're not based in Dubai and you're going to be flying down for every single studio deal that you make, look, you got to take a look at the cost of flying down, the air ticket, and the hotel stay and the time that you're going to be putting over here away from business and family. My recommendation would be to pick up a distressed deal from one seller, right, who's got bulk units, maybe a mix of studios or one bedrooms, and is willing to parlay, willing to play with you and play on the price with you, or give you a nice payment plan, and still work out an 8 to 10% rental return for yourself, right? That's what I would really suggest, so that you can swoop in one shot, pick up all this property that you need to, and you can go back to living your life the way you want to. Last but not the least, point number 6. Once the studios or any ready property gets handed over, I've seen this tons of time, if there's a tenant in there, a new contract needs to be, technically according to Dubai law, now I can't be corrected, I'm not a lawyer, but I've read the law, the new landlord, the new owner who then becomes the landlord for the tenant who's already living there, inherits the same contract that the tenant had with the previous landlord, okay? So the tenant's rights remain unaffected. They basically come into the same contract, technically speaking the same contract, but I've seen this a lot of times. A new contract doesn't get drawn up. All that the other agent of the other seller does is just replaces the checks into your name. But you know, just getting new checks isn't really protection for yourself. A new contract should be drawn up. If the tenant has any concern, you should meet them. If you want to add some more clauses, you should, by telling the tenant about them, obviously, and then have a happy relationship with the tenant with a proper handover. This is very important, and a lot of people forget this. So, number 1, avoid the prime areas. You're going to pay a heavy premium unless you can mitigate your risk by picking up distressed deals. Number 2, I recommend Discovery Gardens and 3 Rim Ram. I've already enumerated the reasons why. Number 4, there are developers who are handing over property today where the buyers aren't able to make the payments, right? Swoop in, be a white knight, pick up a deal for yourself and your future generations. Number 5, distressed deals on bulk sales, right? From one seller, negotiate hard and parlay. Last but not the least, when the handover takes place of the property into your name, make sure you get a proper handover done so that you are not left holding the loose ends of a deal before everybody goes away. Look, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon. I'm back, I'm going to be making more videos on a daily basis. If you've got particular questions, you can always put them in the comment section or reach out to me on WhatsApp. If you want to work one-on-one, explain that on WhatsApp as well. I'll explain to you how I do charge. There is an investment working one-on-one with me, but hey, I love helping you acquire property here or anywhere in the world. That's the best for you and your future generations. Ciao for now.